Hi everyone, welcome to our Tuesday night Mindful Zen, and thank you for joining us. So tonight we're going to continue our practice of our breath work, and what I'd like to do is start with a very useful technique called box breathing, and this is employed by therapists as one of their suggestions or one of their techniques to help people who are experiencing some anxiety or starting to get very anxious. So box breathing is pretty simple if you think about it. It's like you can imagine a box, a square rather, or you can look at one of the tiles on your floor, which has got four sides, square. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in to a count of 4, hold to a count of 4, breathe out to a count of 4, hold to a count of 4, and then breathe in. So we'll continue this cycle. So when you do this regular rhythmic breathing, what it does is that your breathing slows down a bit, and it will tell your body to start to relax. And also, as you're paying attention to your breath, your mind is not focused so much on the things that are making you anxious. So let's try that for a little while and see how it goes. Now, my count may be different to how you feel comfortable with. So if you feel the need to go faster or go slower, that's perfectly fine. But try to keep the count regular. Like if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, then do that. Or you want to go slow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it slower. So it's a count of 4. And we're going to start. Well, first, relax. You can either sit or even lie down, or if you want, you can also stand. Then, as you breathe in, try to, as best as you can, use your nose, because that's the organ for breathing, not our mouth. And there are many benefits to that, which we might touch on later. So use your nose for breathing in, breathing out, and if you remember from the previous weeks, we put the tip of our tongue against the top of our top front teeth. Okay, so it's like the roof of our mouth, just behind our front teeth. So that's the classical way of placing our tongue as we do these breathing exercises. So let's begin by just relaxing and then breathing out. Now I'll start. Ready? Breathe in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Last cycle. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. And now just breathe naturally, breathe normally. And see how you feel. So you can do this for more cycles if you feel that it's, helping your anxiety state calm down. But once you feel that you're breathing more calmly and you're not gasping for breath, then just stop and then go back to your normal breath. Okay, so there's no need to keep doing this for a very long period, and you can just experiment to see how long you need to do it until your sense of anxiety starts to go away. But it's a very widely used technique to help us cope with anxiety when it starts to appear. So that's one thing that you can try. So let's go back to being comfortable, finding our breath. So what we want to do to breathe deeply is to engage our diaphragm, which is our lower belly. And if you think of it as your lower belly as like a balloon, and as you put air in it, as you breathe in, the balloon will expand, and you will feel your lower belly expand. Then when you let the air out, then it will contract by itself. So that's how we're going to learn how to breathe more deeply. As I've said before, generally we don't pay much attention to our breath because we think we know how to breathe, but majority of people don't breathe correctly, and they're not actually, basically you're doing yourself, you're not helping yourself by breathing the way that most of us do, which is like 12 to 18 times a minute, and often using our mouth. Really doesn't help your health. Actually, mouth breathing, the research has shown, is actually very bad for your dental health also. But anyway, let's start by getting more in touch with our breath, because that's the one thing that will help us to become more grounded in the present moment also. So please put one hand in the middle of your chest, perhaps at your heart level, and the other one at your lower belly, your thumb at the level of your navel, and then sit, relax your shoulder, drop your shoulders, and close your eyes if you wish. Then breathe in and allow your breath to travel all the way down to your lower belly. You can feel it with your hand, your lower belly moving. If you're feeling your chest moving, it means that you're mainly using your chest to breathe. See if you can try to allow the air to go further down. And try not to give yourself too much pressure to do it. If you can't do it comfortably, that's okay. Just allow yourself to relax and just breathe. Even slowing down the pace of your breathing will be beneficial. So, okay, so let's start over again. Just allow the air to come out, breathing out, and we're using our nose, breathing in and out. In. Just notice your lower belly moving. Out. Place your awareness on the movement of your breath. Out. In. Out. In. out. And try to breathe gently, softly, in, out. In. Like the person next to you won't be able to tell that you're breathing at all. Out. Can't hear the sound of you breathing. In. Out. In. Out. Now I'm going to stop counting and just try to go your own pace. Just feel your body. You can start to feel things slowing down. And if you feel any tingling of your hands or feet or belly, or you feel some warmth, that's perfectly fine. It's not a problem at all. And if your mind goes wandering off, that's fine too. Gently let go of your thoughts and come back to your breath again, without any judgment, any criticism, any expectations. It's a very, very normal thing for our mind to wander. Gently, softly, deeply. And using your nose as much as you can, as best as you can. And just sit for a few moments, just noting how you feel, your body, your heart rate. Perhaps you might even be able to feel the blood circulating, how we breathe, because as long as you're breathing, you're doing okay, and that to a certain extent is true. But as with many things, you can use your breath to actually improve the way to reach adulthood. Your lung capacity will start to shrink as you get older, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just like getting older and sicker and fatter when you get old. But that actually appears not to be true, that you can actually do these breath work practices to improve your lung capacity. And a couple of studies they found in the United States in 1980s, a Framlington Heart study. They wanted to see what the relationship was between lung capacity and lifespan. And using 20 years worth of data, and quite a lot of people, about 5,000 plus people, they found that, and this is actually quite surprising because you wouldn't actually think it, the greatest contributor to lifespan was lung capacity. So there's a correlation between having greater lung capacity and longer lifespan. And you might think this is just a one-off, but in 2000, University of Buffalo looked at 1,000 people over 30 years and found the same thing. So the greater your lung capacity, the longer lifespan, if that is what you want. And of course it's your quality, not the length of your lifespan. But it does also, if we learn to breathe well, it also helps our body become healthier. There are many, many benefits to breathing slower and breathing deeper. So let's do another exercise. This one I like quite a lot because it helps to expand your lung capacity. And this is one that's taught by Zen Master Sung San, my teacher, and it's very simple. It's based on the same principle, using your nose to breathe and allowing your breath to travel all the way down to your lower belly, using your diaphragm to breathe. That means when you breathe in, your lower belly expands, and you breathe out, it contracts. Then putting both hands on your knees to begin with, then allow yourself to breathe out. Then as you breathe in, bring your arms up so that your fingers point towards the ceiling, they float up. Then as you breathe out, they sink back down again. So as you do this, you will notice that as you breathe in, when you do this, your lung capacity starts to expand because you're basically opening up your chest. And then as you breathe out, naturally it comes back to the original position. So let's try that, very simple. And I'll start by guiding it, and then after some time I will just shut up, and then please try at your own pace. Okay, so relax, sit upright, let your shoulders drop, close your eyes if you want to, and let your breath go naturally. Breathe out, then breathing in, hands up, float up towards the ceiling, out, sink back down to your knees. Using your nose all the time. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Just do it gently and deeply. And your arm movements follow the rhythm of your breath. So it's your breath that's controlling your arm movements. And again, if your mind wanders off, don't worry. Just come back to your breath, the sensation of your breathing. Okay, let's do one last round and finish, allowing your hands to rest on your knees. Just take a few moments just to feel what's going on in your body, to notice your body, and also your mind, your thoughts. So just now, if you were following my rhythm, we were doing about 5 or 6 breaths per minute, which is actually much slower than the 12 to 18 times a minute that we normally breathe in everyday life. And that has actually many benefits. It actually enables your lungs to absorb more oxygen, because when you breathe too fast, your lungs and the blood vessels don't have enough time to pick up the oxygen that's there, and you're basically breathing out most of the oxygen that you breathed in. So breathing more slowly also helps us to relax, and I've talked many times about the parasympathetic nervous system, which is stimulated by the vagus nerve. So that also helps us to calm down and relax. So just to recap, as you practice this breath work, if you want to be healthier, breathe through your nose, not through your mouth, because there are many reasons why you should use your nose for breathing and not your mouth. See if you can slow your breath down by breathing more deeply and more calmly. And try to pay attention to your breath, your lower belly. You may not be able to do this all the time, but when you are aware of it, then do it for a few minutes and that habit will build up. Lung capacity, like I said, the research showed that is associated with longer lifespan. So some people want that. And if you want to increase your lung capacity, which is actually, even if you don't care about your lifespan, it's actually a pretty good thing, especially with this COVID-19 pandemic around, which actually infects our lungs. How can you increase your lung capacity? Well, the usual things. Exercise. You can go for a walk, cycle, jog, and the more exercise you do, and breathe through your nose also when you do this exercise, you'll find there's a big difference. That will increase your lung capacity as well as these breathing exercises. So I hope you will try them, and I hope that you also get a healthier and more mindful you as we come to the close of this dumpster fire of 2020. So that's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, do message us, and I do hope you'll try this breathing. It is actually very helpful, not just for our health, but also for our meditation practice. So do take care, and we'll see you next time.